Tigers! Today is Wednesday, February 22nd, 2023.
And today we are following our red schedule for specials.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My name is Lucy Mojako.
And my name is Olive Shepard. The character trait for the month of February is responsibility. It is not only for what we do that we are held responsible, but also for what we do not do. Moyer.
Today is the 22nd day of Black History Month. Black History Month was created to focus attention on the contributions of African Americans to the United States. So each day this month, we will learn about an important piece of Black history. Today we will learn about the landmark court case, Brown versus the Board of Education.
Brown versus the Board of Education in Topeka was a court case about segregation in the United States public schools. Segregation means keeping black and white people separate. In 1954, the United States Supreme Court decided that public schools should not be segregated. Before that, many cities, especially in the South, had separate schools for African American and white students. The decision helped to inspire the Civil Rights Movement in the late 1950s and 1960s.
Let's learn a little bit more about Brown versus the Board of Education.
Today, we're talking about a historic case in the U.S. Supreme Court called Brown versus Board of Education. Getting a good education is very important, and people travel to attend school here in the United States of America from around the world. From elementary schools to universities, you will see a diverse group of people from different nationalities filling up classrooms. But it wasn't always like that here in the United States. Actually, up until 1954, classrooms were quite different than they are today, not allowing African American students to attend school with white students there too. Now, I don't know about you, but that definitely doesn't sound fair to me. But this was allowed because of a previous court case in 1896 that said segregation was okay, which meant that schools could keep white and African American students separate. Now, there is an organization that still exists today called the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, also known as the NAACP. This organization started to fight back with small efforts in the 1930s by fighting in courts around the countries that allowed segregation in school districts. Having success on a local and state level, they took their fight one step higher. The NAACP stood up to fight this unfair treatment in the highest court of the land, the United States Supreme Court. They had their counsel, Thurgood Marshall, argue the case in front of the Supreme Court to stop laws that made African Americans have to be separate in classrooms from white students. A fun fact about Thurgood Marshall is later he became the first African American Supreme Court justice on the United States Supreme Court in U.S. history. That is when on May 17, 1954, the Supreme Court handed down its decision to strike down segregation in schools. With their decision, this forced schools who kept African Americans separate from whites to allow integration. What integration means is they had to make a way to integrate, meaning to bring African Americans back into the same classrooms mixed together with white students. The Supreme Court also helped by making rules to make sure that this got done, because a lot of times when laws got passed, people took their time because they wanted to keep things the way they were in the past. Later on, after the Supreme Court made these laws and gave guidelines, it changed the classroom environment that we are seeing today. And now you see integrated classrooms with all ethnicities being allowed in schools today.
For lunch today, you have your choice of slow-cooked turkey pot roast with southern biscuit, artisan chicken filet sandwich, or chef salad with turkey and ham.
The options for sides are mashed potatoes, golden corn, applesauce cup, and fresh fruit. Happy birthday to
Gabriel Siniskaya in first grade.
We hope you have a great day.
A reminder from Coach. Morning miles on the backfield from 7:15 to 7:35. If you would like to go, there to Morning Mile, make sure to get breakfast
first.
See you out there.
Let's take a pause and talk about our pause expectation.
P, positive attitude.
A, always be responsible.
W, working together.
S, showing respect.
Have you used a pause expectation yet today?
It's never too late. And now a little shout out for Miss Little.
A little shout out from Miss Little to John, Sawyer, and Jackson in 3rd grade. Thank you for stopping to help a classmate who dropped her lunchbox and everything in it on the way to recess. I really appreciate you taking your time to help her pick it up. You have been noticed and appreciate you.
Good job.
Proud of you. Now an announcement from Miss Logan.
Newsflash. Teachers and students, this is a reminder that our drops savers posters are on ways we can conserve water are due by March 3rd. Did you know that winners get to have lunch with the mayor? If you have any questions or need a form, see Miss Logan.
Now for our joke of the day.
What do sea monsters eat?
I don't know, what?
Fish and chips. If you would like to have your favorite joke featured on the morning announcements, please stop by the Media Center to submit your joke in writing to Miss Duke for consideration. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Glen Springs Tigers.